Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. It is Friday and you know what that means. It's time to recap this week in the NBA. And we're going to start with the news that went down yesterday as the All-Star teams were finally released to the public. For some reason, this All-Star draft was not televised. I don't understand it because I want to know what the hell Stephen Curry was thinking. Have you seen Team LeBron? LeBron James, his team. You have LeBron James, you have Kevin Durant, you have Kyrie Irving, DeMarcus Cousins, and Anthony Davis starting, and you have Russell Westbrook coming off the bench as the sixth man. For Team Stephen Curry, you have Stephen Curry, DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid. So obviously things are stacked in Team LeBron's favor. Tell me who you guys think is going to win this All-Star game down in the comment section below. But looking at the lineups, I got to go with Team LeBron. You got LeBron, you got KD, Anthony Davis, and DeMarcus Cousins, who currently have chemistry. They're already playing on the same team. And you have Kyrie Irving play with LeBron once again. Obviously, chemistry is in their favor. Not only chemistry, but also talent. It's going to be interesting to see, though, if Kyrie and LeBron can play well together. That's going to be fun to see. But obviously, man, you have to be going Team LeBron here. But Team Stephen Curry does have a chance. I will say this. They do have Stephen Curry. They do have Klay Thompson. So those are the Splash Bros. And this is the All-Star game, right? So there's going to be a lot of three-pointers that are shot. So if Curry and Klay Thompson and Damian Lillard and James Harden are able to put up a bunch of threes, I give Team Stephen Curry a shot. But when LeBron James may be playing the two for his All-Star team, I think I got to go with LeBron James' team. Say what you guys think in the comments below. So we move on from that story, moving on to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who continue to struggle, and things are getting ugly in Cleveland. If you haven't heard the story already, I'll relay it to you now. After their 148-124 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, things got bad in the Cleveland Cavaliers locker room. Kevin Love left the game after 3 minutes and then the next day missed practice, and then Isaiah Thomas had a problem with this. He called out Kevin Love in the locker room saying, "Bro, where were you at? I don't think that you were really sick." Now I have a couple of problems with this. Okay, number one, Isaiah Thomas, in case you haven't noticed, this year you have absolutely stunk. Okay, you've been one of the worst players in the NBA, and you're talking to Kevin Love, who, by the way, only played 3 minutes in that game. It's not like he played 3 quarters and said, "We're getting blown out, I'm leaving this game." He played 3 minutes and said, "Okay, I can't do this, I'm too sick for this, I'm going home." Okay, and excuse me, also consider this, Isaiah Thomas. Kevin Love actually has a ring. He has not only seniority over you, but he has a ring. He won a ring with this franchise. While you, Isaiah Thomas, yeah, you had a nice year last year, but right now you're playing absolutely horrible. You're playing for a contract, and right now I don't see any reason why the Cleveland Cavaliers should invest in you long term. If you really want the Cleveland Cavaliers to improve as a basketball team, you, Isaiah Thomas, have to start shooting better than 40%, okay, and you also have to start doing a better job of playing any sort of defense. Look, I understand you're undersized to say the least, but you have to start playing than what you're currently playing right now, where the Cavs will not be able to do anything. The Cavs have currently lost 6 of their last 7 games. It's getting ridiculous right now in Cleveland, and everyone's bad defensively for them, and even LeBron. LeBron is now one of the worst rated defensive players in the NBA, and we saw signs of this in last year's NBA Finals. Kevin Durant scored over 30 points per game in those finals, and LeBron James had a lot to do with that. Now, ultimately, man, we get it. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to turn it on when we enter the playoffs, and even a little before the playoffs, right? In March and April, they're going to turn it on. But right now, people, I like how the Boston Celtics are playing. They're currently the 1st seed in the Eastern Conference. They're one of, if not the best defensive teams in the NBA, and I think they have the tools to beat the Cavs. Because if you have the best defensive team going up against the worst defensive team, I'm sorry, I might go with that best defensive team. And I know it's counterintuitive because LeBron James always gets to the finals. He's gotten there for the past 7 years. But eventually that's going to have to come to an end. And the way the Celtics are playing right now, I'd be very afraid of them, and I am very afraid of them, and I think I'm going to pick them. Now we'll see what happens. We'll see how I feel when March and April and May come. Ultimately, I might change my mind again. But for right now, I'm actually leaning Celtics over Cavs. What do you guys think? Comment down below. And with that said, we move on to yesterday's key games. We had the Golden State Warriors defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves 126-113. The Warriors got out to a hot start, were able to maintain it. Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and Stephen Curry all had over 20 points in that game. Draymond Green did Draymond Green things, and the Timberwolves side of things, they were missing Jimmy Butler. So to me, you had to be happy with this result. We only lost by 13 in Golden Golden State without Jimmy Butler. Karl Anthony Towns had 31 and 12, so you love that game from him. Andrew Wiggins didn't shoot it the best in this game, but we know that he can bring it any other night. So for the Timberwolves, I'm encouraged with this basketball team right now. You know, right now they're about 31 and 20, the 5th seed right now in the Western Conference, but they're going to continue to rise to me. And with the Spurs struggling lately, wouldn't shock me if they're going to be the 3rd seed heading into these 2018 NBA playoffs. We'll see what happens as the situation develops in the Western Conference. And yesterday also we had the Oklahoma City Thunder defeating the Washington Wizards by a score of 121 to 112. You saw a hell of a game from Russell Westbrook, man. He had 46, 6 and 6. He was all over the place, so energetic. You also saw his jump shot. He's developing his jump shot. You saw a number of 3-pointers, a number of mid-range jumpers. But here's the thing with Russell Westbrook, man. Even when he has Carmelo Anthony and Paul George on his team, he doesn't care. He's still gonna jack up shots, right? But apparently right now Paul George doesn't care, right? He's averaging 21 points per game, and he said yesterday that Russell Westbrook has really been a nice teammate for him. Westbrook came out and said Paul George should have made the All-Star team, that it was ridiculous that Paul George didn't make the All-Star team, so that was nice there. And he was saying that, hey, maybe I might stay in OKC because Russell Westbrook has been such a good teammate. So maybe I'm wrong here, and Paul George thinks that Russell Westbrook is still a great teammate. Look, at times Russell Westbrook can scale back and say, okay, I won't score 30 tonight, but I'll get a triple-double. But my problem with Westbrook is it always has to be the Russell Westbrook show, okay? Even with Carmelo Anthony and Paul George, without a doubt, is his show. And look at Victor Oladipo. Like, Victor Oladipo is a guy that with Russell Westbrook looked bad, okay? Despite Westbrook getting over a triple-double, right? Having over 10 assists per game, Oladipo was still bad. That should tell you something, right? If Oladipo can go from being a bad player in OKC to exploding elsewhere, it tells you that, yeah, maybe Russell Westbrook was getting over 10 assists per game, but maybe those assists were empty. Maybe he was just throwing to guys when the shot clock was running out. Maybe he was just dumping it off, you know, down low and not really setting his guys up to be better players. Because without a doubt, Victor Oladipo is a better player playing without Russell Westbrook. Without a doubt, to me, Kevin Durant is a better player playing without Russell Westbrook. He passes it more, his field goal percentage has gone up, his 3-point percentage has gone up, he rebounds more, everything. Why is it that when players leave Russell Westbrook, they get better? Serge Ibaka, to a certain extent, got better without Russell Westbrook, right? So this is a problem that I see with Westbrook overall in his game. And ultimately, man, I don't see him ever winning an NBA championship, because even if he paired with like a LeBron James, it's still going to have to be the Russell Westbrook show. And if he couldn't win with Kevin Durant, the second best player in the NBA, and they had Serge Ibaka, and they had James Harden at one point, not for long, but they had him too, how's he ever going to win? It always has to be the Russell Westbrook show, and that's my problem with him as a player. But anyway, for the Washington Wizards in this game, Bradley Beal had over 40 points, so you love Bradley Beal right now. There's an argument to be made that he's better than John Wall at this point. I won't make that argument. John Wall is a better defender. He's a better combination of offense and defense. But the problem with the Wizards is they have no one else, okay? Otto Porter has not improved. I don't think he's improved for a number of years now. Kelly Oubre off the bench has improved, and I think they need to start looking at him potentially replacing Otto Porter in the starting lineup. Look, Otto Porter, we just paid you a lot of money. If you're not going to improve, I mean, he should be averaging over 15 points per game. Still averaging 13 points per game. Come on. He should be averaging more than that. He should be better than that at this point. I start looking at Kelly Oubre, and they need to make a move in the offseason. If the OKC Thunder can trade Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis for Paul George, I think the Wizards can do something. So the Wizards need to make some move in the offseason, because they're not going to make it past the second round of these NBA playoffs. They may not make it past the first at this point. This Wizards team is underwhelming yet again. You have the Raptors, you have the Cavs, and you have the Celtics all over them. They're struggling right now for the 4th seed, so we'll see what happens. But ultimately, man, there are moves that need to be made in Washington. I like the combination of John Wall and Bradley Beal on the court, but off the court, even they have their issues. The Wizards held a team meeting the other day. It did not go well, and of course it didn't go well, because there's only 2 players on the Wizards that actually matter. Marcin Gortat is done. Dear God. They have Markieff Morris, who's all right, and they have some other players that are okay, but when you have those 2 players that are by far and away the 2 best players, and even they are not like top 5 players in the NBA, there's going to be issues on your basketball team, and we're seeing that with the Washington Wizards. So we'll see what happens moving forward, but I got them out after the first round of the NBA playoffs. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the things that have been happening in the NBA lately. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. Until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.